What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy, here.
And this is T-John.
And it's time to take it to the ring. All right, what's up, fight fans? T-John, it's real. Cool. Don't beat yourself up too much. We had a little behind the scenes.
Sorry about some technical the little bit of late time, man. I thought I hit go live, and I 100% didn't. So that's on me. My bad, guys. But we're here.
True fight fans, they're still there. They're not sweating 3 minutes. Don't worry.
Exactly. So, it's only 3 minutes, but that was
we'll pick up. At least it wasn't 30 minutes.
Yeah, we were just talking too. We were really going in on it, and then I just saw it. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, guys. So we have some big news, and we broke right into it. With Cesaro, man. That kind of set up, like you were saying, what was going on with this episode.
Yeah, this SmackDown was real big on developments, I want to say. More than anything else, this was something that they had to do to kind of rebuild the foundation of what SmackDown is doing right now. Because Cesaro, even though we've only seen him in that Sheamus and Ridge Holland kind of beef, clearly they were going with something, and Cesaro just had enough of it. He's been underutilized, and that's what Billy was kind of getting into. So now they're kind of having to rework things, and now they're being forced to finally do some different, some different storylines, some different developments, which is good because, like I said, in these last, I want to say 3 weeks, I'm tired of seeing the same fights, man. I want to see some different things. Some different storylines, see some new talent. So, I'm sad to see him go, but I'm glad to see what the results have been from this episode.
Yeah. I don't blame him one bit, and to hear Vince McMahon call him boring, but I was upset. I was like, dude, you don't use him right, man. Give him some better fights. He's way better than WWE lets him be. And that's their fault. They did that with Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. They did it with a lot of other people. It's
with
not
a lot
the
of
wrestler's
people,
fault
right?
if you're not giving them good fights.
Yeah, because the talent is there, and it's just like I don't want to just blame Vince McMahon, but he's like the head of it all, and he lets a lot of new talent go to waste, and then they just become the practice dummies for the same people that have taken over the sport for decades. It's like, you get tired of seeing these guys win, but you keep feeding this new talent to the same people, and then they don't end up superstars, and you wonder why.
Yeah.
So with now, it's kind of like he's being forced to have to rely on the new talent. So it's unfortunate for people like Cesaro, who's had to waste their prime or had to waste a lot of years just trying to get some spotlight and, continue to be disrespected and not get, any show time. And so, I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy to see him, realize, that, but it's unfortunate that he was never able to get the spotlight that he deserved in WWE.
I think he can move on to greener pastures. There's opportunity out there. He might take a little bit of a break.
AEW or CYN is definitely going to pick him up. Yeah. I can see that happening very soon. That's going to happen.
There's some speculation out there, but we'll just wait to see what happens. Yeah, you missed out, WWE. I'm a big fan. You could have really used them.
Yeah,
so
definitely. But let's get into it, man. Let's get right into that Ronda Rousey.
Look at that. She's
interview.
Smiling.
Yeah,
I got to see her smile.
Yeah, I think that this was a really cool beginning because all the fans love her. I'm still kind of iffy on Ronda Rousey just because I was introduced to her through UFC and MMA. And so it's kind of weird for me because every time I see her in the ring, I'm like, you don't belong there. You know where you were supposed to be. Yeah, I mean,
she's holding.
It's the same thing with Lesnar, but in the opposite way. Because whenever I saw him in the octagon, I was like, you shouldn't be there. I know where you've been. You don't even look really comfortable there. So. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like with Ronda Rousey, she's a great competitor anywhere that she goes. And I love her stint that she's been on in the WWE. And I love the fact that the fans really welcomed her. I don't even think that she's really welcome in the MMA world anymore. Props to her and respect to her for everything that she's done. But I think that she knows and she's good where she's at.
I think it's I think that's a great way to put it. I think that it's the next step. You know, she has that trophy. Put the trophy on the shelf.
Yep.
Move on to something else. You know,
I mean, she did everything. Like, commend Ronda Rousey for everything that she's done, like, for women in combat sports in general, not just talking about MMA, but in all combat sports. She was one of the people that spearheaded the fact that, no, women are super entertaining to watch fight. And you know,
tough girls can be hot.
Exactly. And figure, I don't know if I would call Ronda Rousey hot, man. The eyeshadow does a lot
pretty.
for her here. Yeah, she's all right. She's all right. But come on, man. I'm not going.
Dude, that's messed up.
I don't know. I don't
you can't
know.
use that picture.
That's how she always looks. That's her best picture. What are you talking about? I'll put it back up.
When she smiles, she's pretty.
You lost me. Oh my God. You lost me. You lost me, man. I can't condone what you're saying. I'm not gonna stroke her ego like that. But she's cool. She's all right, and she can fight, so I like her. But, you know, I also like hearing her story in that interview. Like, you know, she talked about how she broke both of her hands at one point in, like, all her matches that she was doing in WWE. And then when she got pregnant, she was still eyeing that return at Royal Rumble. Like, she was just counting the days. And so that was always something that she wanted to do. So I love that. You know, her drive is always something that's commendable. I gotta say. Like, I love that. Definitely love that about her. I also, you know, we heard about her mom, and she was the first woman to win a judo championship. And she did that while working on her PhD, and she was an engineer. Like, that's all really awesome stuff. So, you know, that makes you have to be a fan of Ronda Rousey. I'm not clowning her without giving her praise. I'm on both fences. I like her and I don't like her, but I like her more than I don't like her. So before I get disparaged by everybody coming in saying, you know, how could you hate her? I already said
tread
why.
lightly.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm cool with her. Like, she's definitely great. And I think that it was a nice little call out for Charlotte Flair that she got into, because, you know, their match in Elimination Chamber, and it was a really good match, but, you know, she had her hand behind her back the whole time, and Charlotte Flair really gave it to her.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, so she's now got a lot more beef with Charlotte Flair because of that. And who else but Charlotte Flair could come out and steal the show?
Oh yeah, they showed the that montage of Elimination Chamber just before that of Charlotte Flair just whooping her ass, and really handing it to her. But this is one of the few times, like, Charlotte Flair, she came out with a little less flair than she usually does. You know, normally it's like this big, you know, over the top outfit and this, that. I mean,
nah, man, I completely agree, and I think that the thing that really really changed it. I mean, let me be oh wait, Manju said me and Ronda have a toxic relationship. I think it is a toxic relationship. That's the perfect way that you could say it, man. Yeah, it's definitely toxic because I can't go away. I want to go away, but she keeps pulling me back, so it's fine. But when it comes to Charlotte Flair, I think that this is the first time where I agreed with everything that she said, except for one thing, and I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah, I think I almost got ahead too, man. She went a little low blow there.
Yeah, she went a little too far. But what Charlotte Flair said, you know, like, she took it easy and had a lot of mercy on Ronda Rousey. That's facts. You know, she barely was even in the Elimination Chamber match. She kind of made Sonya Deville fend for herself, and that's 100% accurate. If Charlotte Flair really wanted to fight in that fight, they would have won. Because that handicap was too much. She's not beating Charlotte Flair with one hand. She might beat Sonya Deville with one hand, but Charlotte Flair is on a whole nother level.
No, you saw it. Like when she was in, she was just completely overwhelming her. So, yeah, I said that with our WrestleCap review too. It's like, where was she? It's like Charlotte Flair wasn't in that one.
No, and that's facts. And I think that is something that, you know, Charlotte Flair was 100% right about. And, you know, she's not going to show that same mercy at WrestleMania, so it's going to be a way more fun fight. But to say to Ronda Rousey's face that you're going to make her tap out, come on, man, that's too much. That I can't get with, because you're talking to somebody who literally, that was her whole game plan forever. You're not about to submit her.
Submission
like,
artist.
Yeah, that was the thing that made me not listen to her anymore. Thank
Took it
God
too
that was the
far.
end of her speech. Yeah, it was like you're feeling yourself too much. You
Yep.
might win off of a pin, but by submission, if she's going for that strategy, she's going to lose.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling that
Oh
now.
yeah. Ronda's
Yeah,
ground game is going to kill Charlotte
it's
Flair.
way
That's
too
not her
much.
strong point.
Yeah, any grappling involved, any judo involved, anything that has to go with going to the ground, she's not going to win that because that's literally what Ronda Rousey's been bred to do.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
not
not
to
something
mention,
that
I mean, Flair is on the lanky side. Lanky people get
yeah.
tied up, you know, and she
I
doesn't
mean, we
really
got
have a whole lot of
limbs.
bulk.
Yeah, I'm a lanky guy. I have really long arms. I got long legs. So I got tied up a whole lot in arm bars, leg locks, ankle locks, and it's like I hate
Same,
it.
man.
But it's
Yeah.
super easy to get caught up in it because you have nothing but space to work with. You know what I mean? So
Same,
I don't
man.
hate nobody that goes for it. So yeah, Ronda Rousey's if that's how that match is gonna go, and if that's really what she wants to do, expect Ronda Rousey to win, man. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be super competitive, and it needs to stay, like a striking and weapons being thrown and stuff like that kind of fight. But the moment that it becomes, a ground game fight, it's over for her. Don't expect Ronda Rousey to lose. And you can quote me on that. I will, if somebody wants to bet me on it, you can call me on it and we can bet it. I got Ronda Rousey winning it if it goes on the ground or any kind of submission.
She did that joke about her kids too. It's like you can just go home after that and have a
and
second
be a
kid.
second. Yeah, I heard that too. And
Dang.
yeah, she's doing a little too much, but I think that was just to keep the attention on her because Sonya Deville came out and kind of like pulled her down. And man, it was kind of rough to watch because it's so unnecessary. Because then
it was
Charlotte Flair did the same thing, and it's like, why are y'all aren't even friends?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. She definitely got her due though. A little bit later on backstage, it's like, hey, you can't do that. She got reamed out by management. So I'm sure we can touch on that a little bit later.
Oh yeah,
but,
I got a clip of it. And
yeah, so it's just
roughest...
I'm glad it was completely unnecessary. It's silly. I don't like it. Just fight. Just get in there. Just go do it. Stop doing that stuff.
Yeah, and this was the worst part was her getting her leg, and that's the same leg that she's had surgery on countless amount of times.
Yeah, like 7 times or something like that.
Yeah, a bunch of ridiculous times on that knee, and so she gets that targeted, and so I think that that's all just building up for the match that she will now have with Sonya Deville. Because I mean, Adam Pearce saw the whole thing, so she's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "You're gonna fight her now because there's no way that you can keep getting away with this stuff." She didn't even have her vest on, her jacket.
Yeah, Pearce even asked her. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you thinking? What did you think was going to happen?
I think that
Where's your jacket?"
Finally, time. I like it. I love it because at the end of the day, Sonya Deville is a wrestler. She is not just an official. She's never been an official. So please get her back in the ring. So I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. If this is her her road back into being a wrestler, then so be it, And I mean, I have to agree with what Hamachi said. He says, I don't want Ronda to be there after Mania. We need new faces, and they have plenty. I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree. And I think
by then it's going to get old.
People. Yeah.
I don't see Ronda's character or like not even her character. I don't see her really just kind of getting into this and developing into what we want to see in wrestling.
Being honest, I see that with both fighters. I see that with both Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Charlotte Flair, in all honesty, I mean, it's not unfair to say, she rode the coattails of her lineage. And it's been great. It's been an awesome way because she's also paved her own way in the sport and in the promotion. So, kudos to her. By all means, this was like, she's great. She's fantastic. And she's not, just Ric Flair's daughter. If you talk about Charlotte Flair, she is Charlotte Flair. She's not Ric Flair's daughter. So I love that. But I think that in terms of new talent, there's so much new talent out there. And so, it's just in terms of who are they going to use? And that's always been the case with the WWE. Like, are they going to keep abusing and using the same people, or are they finally going to give the 30 other people that can be contenders and just as entertaining as the people that we know, not just for namesake. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, my
that's
shit is
you
going
said it best.
off.
That's what
This is
WWE
true.
is known for,
I
running them
completely
through.
agree. Completely agree. I don't even think she wants to be there either.
Yeah.
I think that this one was just, she had a kid. She didn't really finish her run. If we're being honest, it was like in like the peak of her doing everything in the WWE that she did in UFC. And she didn't get to finish it. So I think that now this is her final run and I want it to end. I think that now would be the greatest time for it to be done.
Well, I don't think she can
for
handle
both.
it. Because even in interviews and stuff, she's been saying, I don't like the stuff people say, and all people don't like me and they boo me. I think she's way too thin-skinned
Nobody is
to try
born.
to get
Yeah,
in there and try to
that's
play
always
heel.
been the case though. If we're talking about Ronda Rousey, man, I mean, that's always been the case. The moment that she lost for the first time is when we saw her character disintegrate in the UFC. You know what I mean? She's not used to losing, and that's fine. And I've been on tangents on this before. This is the first time that I went on a tangent about it on video. So cool. But if you're not used to losing, that's a horrible thing. A horrible, horrible thing. You need to get into sports very early and you need to lose. You have to lose because you need
I
to know what
100%
that
agree.
feeling, you have to know what that feeling is. If you don't know what that feeling is, and like when you're on a huge winning streak and nobody can beat you, when you get that first loss, it fucks you up. It completely tortures your mental because you're like, how could this happen? How am I normal?
I just got goosebumps, man. Yeah, you're absolutely 100% right.
Dude, there were so many times. I mean, when I first got into jiu-jitsu, the amount of matches that I've had, the amount of tournaments that I've been in, I mean, I didn't start out good. Like I started out losing. I had my first trophy. I got 4th place, and that was like to me, even at that time when I was 8, it was like a participation trophy, and I threw it away, and my mom saved it. I was furious at the fact that I got 4th, and all the losses that I took, I never took them well, and that's fine. You're not supposed to be happy about a loss, but it's coming back, learning from it, and being like, okay, so this person beat me. I want to see them again, but even if I don't, I'm not about to keep losing. So just learning and keeping developing. But if you start out on a hot streak, and if you never know what it's like to lose, at a point, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, I mean, that is sportsmanship.
Ronda Rousey is a huge example of that. Conor McGregor is not like that. Conor McGregor knew what it was like to lose a little bit. And, he was always humble in defeat. But you can see that in a lot of people in MMA. You can see it in Joanna Jędrzejczyk. You know what I mean? Like, that's another one. It's like when you lose, if you're not used to losing, it's going to, mentally screw you.
Yeah.
And you're never going to recover. This Ronda Rousey that we see in WWE is not the same Ronda Rousey that we would have seen if she never lost in the UFC. She would have never even touched the UFC.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was like, you would have never seen her over there.
She would have been
way.
She would have been like Khabib. She would have just retired on a hot streak. And I think that Khabib was smart. And I'm one of the only people that'll say that because a lot of people are like, why did Khabib quit so early? And everybody points to his mom saying that he needed to stop. I don't think that's true. I think that he knows in his heart of hearts that if he ever lost, it would kill him and he would never recover. He never lost. He never, ever lost. So I think that he would be just like Ronda Rousey. I don't think that he would have went to WWE, but he would have went back to Dagestan and been fuming, I just don't think that people like that can recover. So I truly do hate people that are like, if you see some ridiculous number and that's just me, because it's like, you have so much pressure to be great. And if you've never experienced the loss, then I mean, you're screwed. You are screwed when you lose. I hate watching Mayweather fight. I'm so glad that he's done fighting because it's the same way. It was like, it's so cringe because it takes away from your greatness to a point where you can't recover from. Where if you had lost and you have just even a 1, you know, even if you have a blah 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 and 1, a 50 and 1, it's like at least you know what it's like to lose to the point where you can recover and you know that you're good enough to recover. But
Yeah, they
I'm
were
going
talking
on a
about that
tangent.
on AEW. There's Jade Cargill. She's undefeated, and this is pretty much her wrestling debut. She's never had any background.
Yeah,
She came in just incredibly
but she's on
talented and in great
fire.
shape, and she's undefeated in the current champion.
I've talked about her before too, and I mean that's the thing with undefeated fighters. Like it's scary. It's scary because when you get that first loss, your mental disintegrates so much, and when you're nothing in a sense or not on the same pedigree as an undefeated fighter, it just doesn't resonate well
Right.
because you built such an image in your head about being undefeated, about having that 0 next to your wins, that when you get that, when that goes away, you can't recover. And so
Mm.
that's my biggest thing about Ronda Rousey. That was like my learning thing about Ronda Rousey is like, you know, I was super happy with her and I was super happy with her streak that she was on. But as soon as she got that loss, it killed her.
Right.
So, you know, I think that this is her last run to get it back on track. I think that she will beat Charlotte Flair. I think that that's the storyline,
Right.
and I think that, you know, Ronda Rousey will make like some star appearances, but eventually she'll give up the belt, and then it's going to be the new women's time. You know, I see that being the thing. So I'm hoping that that's the case because there's so much talent out there, and I hate that, like we said in the beginning, that a lot of new talent gets pushed to the side just because of the old talent that's already got their shine.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon just milking it all the way
Yeah,
through,
exactly.
running it into the ground.
All for views, all for money and stuff. And that's why I think that a lot of wrestling fans and fight fans go for the MMA and stuff because it's the same, but it's always changing. Look
Yeah.
at like what happened last year, man. Last year was crazy with as much stuff as we saw that we didn't know was going to happen. So, you know, I think that that's all that um that it's going to be. In my honest opinion, I know we went on a tangent. It was like a
Yeah.
12-15 minute tangent, but I think it was necessary. But
Nah, it's
Scarlett,
good
I
talk.
see your comment, but it's way too early. I'm not gonna say it's a little early, so I'm gonna get to it, bro, because you're talking about Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and I
Oh,
want to talk about it, but that's all the way at the end.
yeah, that's the end of
So
the episode.
I got you.
Hang
I
in there,
promise
guys.
I'm gonna put your
We'll
stuff
we'll
on
get
there.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah. So the next fight that I want to talk about for sure the New Day and Los Lotharios because I mean, you know, we've seen this what 3 times now, three, four
Yes.
times.
So
So
you said it. It was at this point it's run down.
it's very
We
rundown.
saw the same thing. You know, Kayla, my wife, she was watching. She's like, I feel like I've already seen this. I was like, we have.
Yeah,
We've seen it three
yeah. It
times.
was a
It's
few
and she
new
goes, it's the
things.
same moves. You know, they hit the midnight hour
Exactly.
what twice. The ATV was kind of funny. Oh, that ab
Way
stretch.
funny.
You know, that's I love seeing that.
Yeah,
That's always cool. And then him smacking
yeah.
the chest to the.
But I mean, it was the same strategy because we know what's gonna happen. The whole strategy is keep Col- keep Kofi Kingston in, keep him away from Biggie because the only new thing is Biggie.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest change because Biggie is such a huge factor. So what you have to do to win is just keep Kofi Kingston isolated. And that's what they
Mm-hmm.
were doing the whole time. And it was good because you know what happens when Big E gets in the ring. He's gonna beat you and teabag you and dance over your head with his crotch in your face. So it's like, do you want that or do you want to just
I know.
beat the crap
Every
out of
time I
Kofi
see
Kingston?
it, I get mad because it's like if somebody did that, man, I'd just punch him right in
Just,
the dick. But
that would be the
then
last
I,
move that I did.
it's
Yeah.
Big E. Like I don't know if I would.
No, man, I would. I just know that
I
I would
wouldn't
probably
run.
die after
You
that.
know.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I did it. So go ahead and kill me because
Yeah,
I know that that's
exactly.
what's
Yeah,
gonna
you know what's
happen
gonna
next.
happen right after.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
don't
can't
think I
just
could
let
let
you do that.
anybody do that
Not
and not
alive.
just reach up and.
Yeah, and I mean it was decent. Once you said it, man, the match was decent. Yeah, it was just a rerun, but it was
Yeah.
decent. It wasn't unentertaining. Don't get us wrong
No,
from
it
what
was
we're saying. It
entertaining.
was a good match.
You
It
know,
was
the New
fantastic.
Day is they're fantastic, man. Like they're they're awesome. Big E's so funny, even backstage. Him driving around on the ATV, and then it was his birthday, so he's just having fun.
Oh, it was
The
his
faces
birthday?
he makes, like when he came in and he was driving by the announcers, and he looked right at him, and he just kind of had this.
Well, it's good that you mentioned the
Like,
ATV because I was like, I didn't want to mention it too early. But yeah, the ATV was a
oh, when he tried to
great
run him over.
addition. Yeah, because I mean, Los Lotharios had this in the bag. I mean, Angel had it in the
Yeah.
bag. All Angel had to do was really pin him, and Angel had to beg for his brother's life because I mean, I don't think that Big E really would have did it, but he was
No, but
revving
he
it,
called
making
him
it
out.
look like
He's
he
like, "Don't
was.
do it. Don't
Yeah,
you
he's
pin
like,
him.
please
I'll
don't
run
do.
him over.
Yeah,
I'll do it."
yeah. And so, I mean, that just set up the second, like you said. I mean, he got hit with two. What's it called? What's
The
the
midnight
finisher?
hour.
Yeah, the midnight hour. He got hit with two of those. So that was the end of it, and they got the pin. So I'm glad with it. They needed a win. It was the first time they got the win. But I just love the expressions. That's that Big E expression that
I
you're
know,
talking
man.
about.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
so funny. He is so funny. He seems like a guy I'd like to hang out and have a beer with. I bet you I'd crack up the
100%.
whole time. Look, that face is
100%.
hilarious. Like, yep, you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a you like that face. 100% it's a you like that face. It's super weird. Like you don't want to make eye contact when a dude is making,
Exactly.
especially somebody that big is making eye contact with you. You look away. But he's so
Dude,
funny, man.
yeah, he cracks me up.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, they got the dub, as we said. And finally, since Cesaro's gone, I think that
Yeah.
this was the next step, and I'm super happy to see it. Sheamus and Ridge Holland finally challenging somebody
This
else.
this is a better beef. I think this is going to be a much better like lineup. I liked, again, backstage at the ATV, and he's like picking on it. He's like, don't touch my ATV. I just got this. When Sheamus was hitting it with his cane. So I think this is going to be a really good beef, and we're going to see that coming up because I mean Holland and Kingston, that's a good matchup, and Sheamus and Big
Oh,
E,
yeah.
that's going to be fun. Because
Most
Sheamus is
definitely.
fast and he's
Because,
strong.
yeah, but so is Ridge Holland. I feel like the whole thing is that Sheamus and Ridge Holland, well, let me go back. Ridge Holland is the younger Sheamus. I think that he's just trying to mold him to be the next Sheamus, and then Sheamus leaves. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. But with Biggie and Kofi, their whole strategies are so different that they're a real live dynamic duo. Like they're
Hmm.
the perfect term for a dynamic duo. Big E, as you can see from this picture alone, is all strength. He's just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston is that athletic jumper that's just going to have you, guessing what he does next. He's going to flip, he's going to jump, he's going to he's just going to do crazy stuff. So, I think that when it comes to that duo, it's way more fun to watch than it is Sheamus and Ridge Holland. So I am rooting for the New Day when it comes to this matchup.
Oh, I think they're a better tag team.
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
do. And it's
Because I
going to
think
be
that
entertaining to
Sheamus and
watch.
Ridge Holland are way more limited. I don't think that they're meant to be a tag team. I think that it's just a pass the torch kind of thing more than it
Right.
is a tag team. So I think that if we're talking about tag teams, the New Day is way better.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just move on to the next one because I feel like we got we've said enough about them, and Scarlett is killing me. I really want to get to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So just hang in there with me, man. Just hang in there because I got you. Because there's
Yeah.
plenty that I want to say about it. But getting into that, we saw the Usos backstage get their interview in, talking about how they're going to join Roman Reigns when they sign their contracts later that night as like the ending of the show. And it was stupid because after
Yeah.
everything that we saw at Elimination Chamber, so the fact that they're even talking trash at all is kind of tired. We just want to see them fight.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
that was disappointing with Elimination Chamber. And I'm glad
yeah.
that the Viking Raiders got their revenge, man. They
Oh
came in
yeah.
and handed it to them, and they gave him a nice little raspberry. They roughed him up a bit, and I was happy for it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll put up that comment, Scarlett, because you have a great point. If Reigns or Lesnar or the Usos, Paul Heyman, whatever, I think no one watches SmackDown. Yeah, I mean it's a very tired plot because that is the headline of SmackDown week after week.
Yeah.
When on Raw, it's not. They kind of like talk about the Raw Championship, but there's so much other stuff happening in Raw. But when
Yeah,
it comes to
there's a lot more
SmackDown,
development with the wrestlers they have over there in Raw.
exactly.
And they
But
switch up the matches. They
I don't
switch up
really
what's
blame
going
them.
on.
If I'm being honest, I don't really blame SmackDown because SmackDown has Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That's a whole other dynamic. I mean, like Roman Reigns is wrestling. Roman Reigns is WWE. If
Yeah,
we're
but
being
actually
honest,
have him wrestle. It's just
yeah,
him
no, I agree.
staring
But
at the audience for 10 minutes,
you
begging
can't
for acknowledgement
you
and talking
can't
about
be
being a
mad at it.
god.
You can't be mad at it. He earned it. He earned it. What are we like?
No, he's a wrestler. If he wants to earn
he
it,
is
wrestle.
a wrestler, but he has earned it. I mean, look, I don't like Roman Reigns right now either. Let's keep that real right now. Nobody likes Roman Reigns right now, and you can hear it when the boos rain down. Damn it, Scarlett, I didn't want to talk about it, but it's too late. So when Roman Reigns is definitely going heel, or at least he's starting to lose that, that
yeah, you saw it. He was smiling with the
love.
boos.
Yeah, he's starting to lose that love, and he's okay with it.
Yeah.
But like, dude, Roman Reigns has been dominant for years. I literally left watching wrestling and came back, and this man is still going crazy.
Yeah, what's his number? It's like 530 something days.
Yeah, and I mean, I left even before that happened. But like, Roman Reigns has always been a draw. Yeah. So he kind of, in my opinion, he's earned the right to have the cockiness and be the I'm better than everybody, that kind of attitude. Now, what I don't like is the dirty stuff that he's pulling, but I do understand it because it's like I can get away with it because I'm Roman Reigns. Nobody else can get away with it but Roman Reigns because at the end of the day, people will still cheer him. People will still watch him.
It diminishes his championship when he does shenanigans like that.
You're right. You're right about that. I just think that Roman Reigns is just a different character. Roman Reigns has literally put his time in and has been great the whole time. Yes, there's been interferences. No, I don't like that. And I don't like him right now, but I think that's by design. And, that just makes me, in a way, like Roman Reigns more because I love seeing development. He's not stagnant in a way. Even though that we haven't seen him fight regularly, he doesn't have to. So his point is true.
I don't know. I want to see him fight. I mean, I'm over it. Like I'm done with it. Like move on. It's so much. It's too much cockiness and not working.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, he's too much of a draw. He doesn't have to fight every time. That's like when McGregor made it. Everybody wanted to see McGregor fight every Saturday, or anybody, Mayweather fight, anybody that you want to put in that category of, huge wrestlers. You're not going to see them fight every time. Yes, we want to see it more than anything because all they do is talk shit. They talk trash, and they have every right to do so, but you want to see somebody finally shut them up.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Roman Reigns. He's just doing that in terms of the WWE, and the WWE is different from other combat sports. I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, but I get it. I get it. I'm mad at you, Scarlett, because I wanted to get to all that later.
Well, we can touch back on it. Yeah.
Oh,
but I mean, we had another comment here with the Raiders, and I agree. It's like they should have gotten another match. I didn't like what happened. They need to actually fight.
No, I thought that it made sense. If I'm being honest with the Raiders, that made more sense than them getting some random match. Why would they fight anybody else? They never even got their chance with the Usos. That match didn't happen.
Was saying with anyone. No, I think they should have had their match with the Usos rather than just like the jumping backstage. Yeah. They should have had it. I mean, that last night would have been awesome. That would have been a great tag team instead of Big E.
No, it would have been fun. But that's what I'm saying. You can't have them fight anybody else but the Usos because that match didn't happen. So we're gonna see it next week, which is good because it needs to happen. But wait, is it gonna happen next week or is that?
That's what I was gonna say. Is that I didn't catch that in the promo.
Yeah, I can't remember if they said that that's WrestleMania or if that's next
They
week. I
better
don't
not make
remember.
us wait until WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's more so next week. So maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but in all honesty, I don't see the Viking Raiders fighting anybody else. They don't need to. It doesn't
Yeah,
make sense for them to fight anybody else. Yes, it
they're
would
the
be
toughest
fun
tag.
and it would be entertaining, but for what? If they lose, then it's like, so people are going to start questioning why even fight the Usos. So I don't think that it means any, like, it doesn't mean anything for them to, even get into that fight. I'm not a big fan of them fighting any time other than when they fight the Usos. And
Yeah,
Nadula, I'm gonna get to your comment. I'm not getting into them anymore until the end. I'm not doing it. I'm
I know. I
ignoring
saw. I
y'all.
saw that too.
Because it
Yeah.
was the
Well,
best thing. If we're being honest, that's the thing that everybody's looking forward to. But we
yeah.
had too long to wait,
Yeah.
so we can't get into it yet.
Yeah. Just hang tight. We'll get into the next match. That was the backstage
Yeah,
stuff with the Viking Raiders. Just some more beef
yeah.
and with the Usos.
Yeah, so then we got
Hopefully this
into
happens
Natalia
sooner than later.
and Xia Li. And
Yeah.
this match, I didn't know that this was Xia Li's debut. I didn't
Yeah,
know,
this is the first time she's actually fought. We've just seen her kind of do some like cameos and promos, and the
had
what
Natalia
she
in her
says she's the
head.
savior or protector.
Yeah, something like that. And I liked her intro. It was dope.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was cool.
mean,
And
yeah,
I
but
think it's cool.
Natalia took it to
I
town
didn't
for a
realize
minute.
she's the first Chinese female wrestler in WWE.
I didn't either. Because I thought, well, no, I guess she's Japanese. The girl from NXT,
Yeah, yeah.
spelling.
There's
Yeah.
Korean, Samoan, and Japanese. But yeah, she was the first Chinese
Yeah,
woman.
so it was
So
cool. And it was a
yeah,
great
she was
match. I
good.
mean,
She has
Natalia.
a lot of talent.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Natalia really took it to her in the beginning, was
Oh
really
yeah, man.
dominating, but Xia Li
She
was
definitely showed off her
way too
strength.
much. Yeah. I mean, the commentators were talking about somebody that she trains with saying, like, she's one of the strongest women that they've ever, like, even trained against or, like, taken a punch from. So you could see that after Xia Li recovered, she was just going off on Natalia, and
Wow.
she got the
Yeah.
pin. She got the win from her victory. I mean, from her first match. So it was a hell of a debut.
It really was. And, Natalia did not go down easy. She put up a great
No.
fight, top heavy and all. She was still able to keep her balance through the entire match.
Yeah.
But, Xia, she came back and just that kick was absolutely brutal. I mean, it put her down. It was fantastic. It was
Yeah.
like a roundhouse kick or spinning back heel kick
It
or
was
something
a
like that.
spinning heel kick.
Yeah.
It was
Fantastic,
dope.
man. Laid her out.
Definitely dope. Yeah, I
Good
was I
debut and
wasn't
good for
mad at
her.
it at
I think
all.
we'll see more coming from Xia in the future.
Yeah, I think so too. But too bad MSK didn't challenge the Usos. That wouldn't have even been a good one.
No,
We're
man.
talking
They would
earlier.
destroy
That wouldn't have been.
MSK. The Creed
That
brothers
wouldn't have
destroyed
been a good match.
MSK. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. The Creed brothers aren't ready for the Usos either. I love the
Nah,
Creed
no.
brothers and
No, I'm a big
everything, but
fan, but
they
I
need
have to agree
time.
there, man. They're not ready.
They need time. No, we're not even going to get into that one.
Yeah, let's not even
But
speculate.
let's talk about the wildly, or not wildly, but surprisingly entertaining Sami Zayn. I can't get over how much more of a fan I am of Sami Zayn after their match. This was probably one of the best matches that I've seen in WWE this
Yeah.
year.
I
I
went
loved
back
it.
and had to watch it. I was just stuff happened last week. But anyway, I mean, this was a cool little promo right here. Sami Zayn, I don't know where he got that jacket. I don't know. Maybe Seth
He's the
Rollins
champ.
hooked
This
him
is
up.
a champ jacket.
Yeah,
That's
Seth
champ
Rollins
jacket.
hooked him up for sure. It's like I got you, man. But he tried to clean up, and it kind of those TV shows, like in the TV shows when they find like some sad vet or homeless guy and his hair's all dreadlocked and dirty,
And they try to
and
clean him up.
they clean him up and they give him a shower and they put some gel in his hair and give him clothes. I'm like, oh, he's so much better. That was Sami Zayn. Like he was just a polished homeless man.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there, man. But I mean, when it comes to his wrestling, he's a different guy,
No,
man.
the guy's strong.
He earned
He's
it.
really
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. Yeah, it was a little dirty how he got the title, but man, I'm not mad at it. It was a great fight. It was a great fight.
It
I
was,
loved it.
and you know, using something like that to your advantage in a fight isn't. I wouldn't say that it's dirty. It was a knee kick. Knee kicks are a part of fighting. I mean, the kick that's kickboxing. That's
Slamming
all
the
they do. They
knee
kick the crap
into,
out of each other's knees.
throwing him into the stairs, slamming his knee into like the posts and stuff. That I feel like is dirty because you know what you're doing. So
Yeah,
that was, but I mean, it was technical and it was smart. Don't get me wrong. And like I said, I'm not mad at it because that led to the win and he knew what he needed to do to win. And, I don't think that necessarily Sami Zayn is a heel. I don't think that he's a bad guy. I just think that he does what he needs to do to win, and he's stupid. So I don't really put him in the category of as a heel. I just think that he's kind of stupid, and it just works out in his favor sometimes because when it comes to wrestling, he's a genius, and that's
yeah,
what we saw in that match. And like I said, I'm glad that he was able to gloat, and I thought that it was really cool that he said when Shinsuke Nakamura does recover and comes back, that's definitely on the table. Like they're
yeah.
going to fight again, they're going to have a rematch. But in the meantime, who
He
wants it?
open call.
Yeah, and that open call immediately in my thought, I said Johnny Knoxville better come out, and he did, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, exactly what I wanted. And so Johnny Knoxville comes out and accepts that challenge immediately. And Sami
Yeah,
Zayn is just so in his head when it
he's
comes to Johnny
flustered.
Knoxville. Yeah, he hates
He
him.
was
He
on
hates him
an
so much.
emotional roller coaster. He was just absolutely elated, finally having the belt, sucking up the limelight, rubbing it in
Yeah,
everybody's faces, and then he comes out and he's still trying to come off of that high, and he's trying to
yeah,
fight the smile, but he is just flustered. He's like, I can't believe this mother
yeah.
showed up.
I mean, even Sami Zayn said it. He said, you're only here to get in my head, and you're great at it, but just leave, And Johnny Knoxville just wouldn't back down and was like, you issued the challenge, so I'm here. Like
Yeah.
I'm not about to back down. And even he kind of upped the stakes and told him, like, do you have the balls? And that just sent Sami Zayn on a whole rampage. I mean, he
And
rushed him.
the crowd got to
Oh
him because
yeah,
they started
yeah. They
chanting,
started
"No
chanting "No balls."
balls, no
And we
balls."
heard it later backstage, which is so funny to me. But I'm gonna
Oh,
get
with
into it in like
Ricochet.
30 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll get to that. We'll get to
yeah.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
most
he just
definitely
Zayn lost it, man. He
beat
just
the
went
crap out of
absolutely
Johnny
furious.
Knoxville.
Yeah, that uh gosh, how do you say it? It's Hanlu kick or
I don't know what it is. It's some
yeah,
kind of
it's
kick.
yeah, Hanlu kick or something like or Halea kick. I think that's what it is. Halea kick. Look at that. That's a little blurry, but it landed
Yeah.
clean on Johnny Knoxville's jaw. Like
Oh, there you
there's
go.
no
Dean
leg
said, "What's up,
slapping.
bro?"
Dean, there you are, man. A little late, but that's fine. You're catching a good episode, man.
Oh yeah. But like you said, man, yeah, Sami Zayn lost his cool and beat the crap out of Johnny Knoxville. So I don't know if that match is gonna happen, but I was
He was
kind of thinking
throwing
that was still the
security
thing.
around. Sami
Oh
Zayn was
yeah, man,
pissed.
he was getting through the refs like it was nothing. They were children compared to him. So
Yeah,
like I said, that just
he's
adds
stout.
to I kind of like him now. I hated him at first, like everybody else. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like a
Nah,
lot more
I've
people
always
still
thought he
don't
was
like him.
entertaining. I've always liked
Dude,
him.
he's
Yeah,
awesome. I'm not
I've
gonna
always
lie. I
liked
think
him.
that he's super fun to watch. He's getting to the point of where I like the Alpha Academy. Not there yet, but I'm entertained. I don't
But
hate him
I
as
mean, he
much.
has a lot of talent. I mean, he can nail the
Yeah.
tornado DDT. He can get a great Hurricane Rana. He knows he's for a bigger guy. He can work the ropes really well. He's fast. He's strong. He's got a lot
Right.
of good ingredients.
Oh, okay. Nadula kick right here.
Helluva,
It's a hell of a kick. Helluva kick.
Helluva,
Whatever.
Helluva. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, that's the one. But
Well, the first time
so
I heard it,
Ricochet. Oh,
like
go
a
ahead.
while ago, I thought he was saying Halulu kick. I was like, what? What is this street bar? Like, anyway, yeah. So right to backstage, man, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Ricochet gets it.
Sami Zayn's back there. He's talking, and then Ricochet he shows up, and he asks for his shot at the title. And this is going to be a good match, man. Ricochet is a
Oh
very
yeah.
very talented fighter.
Ricochet, if I'm being honest, is way more agile than Shinsuke Nakamura. So this is going to be a
And
fight
younger.
that I don't think yeah, definitely younger. And I don't think Sami Zayn is prepared for that fight. If it's going to happen in a week, that's going to be something completely different. So I think that in itself is going to be a different dynamic than what Sami Zayn is,
That's going to be a
used to.
really good match. because they both know how to
right.
fight hard style. And that's
Yeah.
Ricochet's kind of background, NJP, NXT, and all of that. And he has a lot of talent, and we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of that yet in WWE. So this is going to be a great opportunity for him to show us what he has. And Sami
Speaking of
Zayn
that,
is
I would have been way
be
more devastated if Ricochet left. Like, I would have been way more hurt if Ricochet left than Cesaro, because Ricochet, in all honesty, has gotten more entertaining to watch than Cesaro. Not saying that Cesaro is not fun to watch, because he's been great.
Yeah,
but
tread lightly, man.
Same time,
that's still sensitive. People are upset.
I got to. People, man, I know. So let me go ahead and throw that in there. Some disclaimers.
That's going to be a really good match, and I'm glad Ricochet is sticking around. I agree, because WWE needs that style, man. They need to have that flair. Just like we were talking, they need a little bit more lucha. They need to have a little bit more of the hard style, technical wrestling, and some of the neat stuff that you get to see over there in Japan.
I agree. But Dean got a question for you, man. He said, can fans invite superstars from wrestling after they retire? I don't know. I feel like, because they're not on contract.
You mean like to the event to watch? Right?
I don't know what you mean.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm sure they give VIP. I'm sure if, Steve Austin or Goldberg shows up, or, any former, let's say Nick Foley shows up.
Ring, they might.
Any event.
They'd be able to.
Say what?
I say, like you just said. I think that's the exact case. If they want to get back in the ring, they have full honors to do so. Even if it's for something light, like just saying, hey, I think that's just, I don't think they would air it, but I think that, I've been to shows before and they have done things where, some like superstar comes back after years of not being in. Like I saw Sergeant Slaughter make some random appearance and he didn't say anything at all. It was more of like a thank you. But it was like, Sergeant Slaughter's here. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like.
And that's what I was about to say. If I guarantee Nick Foley can walk to any wrestling event and just do whatever he wants. It just, hey, he's here.
It's me. Yeah, exactly. We got to give him some kind of screen time. That's exactly what I'm saying. But we got one more comment on what that Nadula said. I know Zayn won, but Ricochet needs a title. Yes, he does.
Yes, he
definitely does.
Well
Ricochet
put, man.
is great.
I could not agree more. He has a ton of talent, so it's time to see it. Let's show him off.
I love watching Ricochet fight. He definitely has my heart. And I want to see him go farther. But in terms of the Intercontinental title, I don't want to see anybody but him and Shinsuke Nakamura finish that off.
Yes.
I want to see that fight again. That was too good of a fight for that not to be a title fight again. And I don't
agree more.
Yeah, I don't want Ricochet to interfere and take that title. It was too good, man. It was way too good for Sami Zayn not to keep that title and that to be a big rematch. I don't want any interference. So it kind of annoyed me. I would have rather let Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn fight than I would have watching Ricochet. Ricochet has other titles that he can go for. And don't go for this one, man.
No, we're going to see the match. It's going to be a good practice match. Here's my prediction. It's going to happen. Johnny Knoxville is going to show up. We're going to see a DQ, and Ricochet is going to move on to another title match. And
I'm hoping.
We'll see. We'll most likely see a Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn, either like beef or match. I don't think it's going to be a real match. And then we'll finally, maybe a little bit closer to WrestleMania or just after, we'll see Sami Zayn.
I think that might be a WrestleMania match. How good it was, they might be priming it for WrestleMania. That one was, man.
And Shinsuke needs to rest up, man. He's not a spring chicken.
Oh, yeah.
So
you can see it in his body. He is he's not that guy to like take the kind of beating and then be back next week. So,
man.
Yeah, he needs to rest up. And I know what's gonna happen. I know that Rick Boogs is gonna introduce him back in. That's gonna be the big thing. That's gonna show us that Shinsuke Nakamura is back. So that's what I'm excited for. I think that's what everybody's excited for. That was the best match of WWE so far this year.
It really shows the talent that Sami Zayn has, man. When you have two great wrestlers.
Dude, I mean, how many times did we say it? I think we said it like 30 times already to go back and watch that fight.
Yeah.
So if you didn't watch Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn for that title fight last Friday, man.
And while
You
we're on
are
that,
a
there's one
fool.
more, and I've said a bunch. Over at NXT UK, check out the Dragunov and Irish Ace championship match. The whole
Yeah.
place was empty, and they were fighting everywhere. They got zip tied, and it was like a prison fight, man. Absolutely insane. That's a great fight. Check that one out for sure.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. But let's get into
Screwdrivers
this
came
next
out,
one, man.
man. Like, I'm serious when I say like
Oh,
it
wow.
was like a prison fight,
That's
dude.
a
It's crazy.
yeah, that's an indie fight right there. That's dope. But I
But
was super
yeah.
happy with this next one, man. Sasha Banks is back, which is dope. And
So
she
where
got to
was she?
fight
Is she out
Shotzi.
like on vacay, or was she coming back from an injury? Because
She
it's
was
been what, a good month.
maybe she was out, like maybe her contract was up and they just renewed it. I don't
Huh?
know. I
Yeah,
haven't heard anything.
she's been gone for a
So
while. She was in
she
almost
has.
every episode there for a while.
Yeah, she most definitely was. So, she took I mean, maybe it was just a well-deserved break. It's been a
Yeah.
minute. So, I mean, she came back and, Shotzi let her have it for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I really liked, Naomi came out with her glow thing. I saw Pat McAfee like dancing with her. So she joined the commentary booth, and I thought that was kind of confusing at first, but I thought that maybe she was just gonna fight Sasha Banks or something. I don't know, but I was completely wrong. But we'll get into that. But like I said, man, Shotzi really took it to her. Like I
Yeah,
was impressed with
Shotzi's
Shotzi.
tough, man. She
hmm
beat up little Sasha Banks.
A little insider thing that I noticed: if at any time you see only one intro and you don't see the other person's walkout, that's a fight that's a scrub. Like
Yep.
that's not a fight that's gonna be very competitive.
Yep.
So
Well put. I mean, it's true. It's when they're gonna cut time, they're gonna cut time on the scrubs.
oh yeah, and that's what it was. It was a pretty quick match, and it was just to really show the dominance of Sasha Banks. Yeah, she's been gone, but that doesn't mean that she's gonna be, at the bottom of the list. She easily submitted Shotzi,
Yeah,
like
and what
nothing.
a great sequence going into that too. It was so
Yeah,
fluid and just floated right into that hold from behind. Not quite a rear naked, but I mean just great rear headlock and finished it out, man. It was great.
yeah, and just like we were talking. Well, what I said, I thought that Naomi was gonna challenge Sasha Banks immediately, and boy, was I wrong, man. Instead, they come out as a tag team.
Yeah.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Look at that
That's
outfit.
dangerously crazy.
You know they have to
Oh,
make
you
their own
already know.
outfits.
I love Naomi's outfits. I love Naomi's outfits.
Yeah, you know they have to make those. Like the ladies have
I
to make
didn't
their
know
own
that.
outfits and stuff, all the wrestlers and stuff. They don't have like a
That's
design crew
ridiculous.
that does that.
Naomi, man, then that just makes me love Naomi even more
You
because
know,
that's
I was thinking
great.
about that. I was like, did she just get a bunch of like confetti and just sew that in? You know, you imagine how much work that took?
Yeah, yeah, man. But I mean, dude, talking about this, them being a duo, they're going to get it. They're going to get that belt because that's what
Oh yeah,
they
man.
announced. They're going to come for that tag team belt. There's nobody in SmackDown that's going to be able to beat them two together. That's an OP move. There's nobody like if they don't win it, I'm gonna riot. There's no way that they're not gonna win that. I highly doubt it, dude. It's super crazy, but I'm
Jeez, what happened?
super excited to see. Uh-oh, where'd your camera
Yeah,
go?
I don't know. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That
I can
is
hear you
weird,
perfect.
man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but I mean, we can keep rocking it as long as you're here. I'll just put up the slides if you want.
Dude, that is weird. Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
But oh,
dude,
you're
that is
flipped.
weird. Yeah, time out, guys.
More
Technical
behind the scenes.
difficulties. Not
Yeah.
sure what's going on.
No, you're good. I'm gonna let you go ahead and figure
Yeah.
it out, and I'll
My
just
fault.
talk to them. I'll get to some comments. Wow. So let me see what we missed. So Scarlett, man, I understand what you're getting at because this Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar thing is making SmackDown right now. So I'll put your comment up right now with the newest one. Let me see. If Reigns and Lesnar are not on the show, SmackDown is almost as bad as Raw. But Raw hasn't been that bad. Dude, Raw hasn't been that bad. If we're being completely honest, there's been new stuff happening. It's been kind of fun. So, I'm not gonna say that um, if Reigns and Lesnar aren't on the show, that it would be that bad. I think that, they need to stop leaning on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar so much because there's so much talent out there. You know, we can see so many other matches, and don't ask me who because I don't know, but I just know that at the same time, there is so many people backstage that you can make an event that doesn't have to circle around Roman Reigns coming out just to talk trash or Brock Lesnar stealing the show. Like, there's so much other stuff going on that we can have 6 to 7 matches that will still be fun to watch. Like, I don't know. I just think that at the end of the day, we see the same matches all the time, and we see the same appearances, which I get and I understand because because of the fact that these are the people who are champs right now. But we don't have to see them every single time. I think that that's more for the people who are live at the event, because the moment now that Roman Reigns doesn't show up wherever they are, it's going to be hell to pay, because he's going to everything. So now they're kind of stuck in that cycle that he has to be acknowledged by everybody. And if he doesn't, it's not going to be good for the promotion. If I'm being honest, that's what I think. There's no chance that Queen Zelina and Carmella are going to retain. Yeah, exactly. They're not on the same level as Naomi and Sasha Banks. Are you kidding me? There's no way. It's not going to work out. So yeah, if Naomi and Sasha Banks don't get it, I don't see how the hell they don't, and I will be part of that riot if they don't get it. So Billy's back. Let me get him back. Yo, you here? You good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That was weird, man. Don't know what happened. Phone just decided to get a mind of its own.
No, it's cool. It's all good. I'm glad you're back, man. So let's get into the next one then. We're talking about Drew McIntyre, who was supposed to fight Happy Corbin, and Madcap Moss was right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to. That's funny. Scarlett literally said it as soon as we were about to talk about it. Next week is going to be Madcap and McIntyre. In 2 weeks, McIntyre and Madcap. In 3 weeks, Madcap. I love Scarlett. Scarlett's awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Nah, man. Yeah. SmackDown is killing me with the reruns. But if there's one rerun that I can watch over and over, it would be McIntyre fighting Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. I can watch this.
Because it's awesome seeing this massive guy throw another massive guy across the ring with a suplex. It's fantastic.
I've said it several times. Madcap Moss is awesome to watch. It's his character that's trash, but his ring presence is amazing. Mm-hmm. And Drew McIntyre, of course, we know is a monster. I can feel I don't really care about Happy Corbin, but Happy Corbin also has his accolades. But it's nowhere near how much attention that I'm paying towards Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre. So I can watch this. I
know that Madcap got cleared after that really rough landing during Elimination Chamber. Just really sad, and thank God he's okay. And I think the announcer said it best. It's really just because he's a younger guy.
Oh man!
But
oh my God! I thought if he was 5 years older. Oh my God!
Yeah, man. I thought it was really bad that Happy just threw him into that match like he did. That should not have been happening. I get he's young, he's cleared, but that's that first injury, man. It's gonna be easier next time.
Because even Moss was like, "Are you kidding me? Why would you even put me in?" Because Happy Corbin was like, "Our match is gonna be WrestleMania level," which is bullshit. That is not true at all.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, nobody went at WrestleMania. Shut up. Just say that you don't want to fight him, because that's no way. And unfortunately, he was just like, Madcap Moss handle my light work. And he's like, bro, my neck. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah, and it was right. Look at those traps. He's like, I don't want to hear it, man. You have no neck.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt bad for Madcap Moss, because he was like, so you brought me out here just to throw me to this man again. And, Happy Corbin just doesn't want to fight him. At the end of the day, that's really what this was about. But you know how this match was going to go. They were going to jump Drew McIntyre in the beginning, which they did, just to pepper him up and try to, get him down. But that doesn't work when it comes to Drew McIntyre. And I thought he was about to Alabama slam him again on his head. And I thought that he was going to kill him. I thought that it was over. I was like, oh no.
When I saw that, I was like, I can't believe Vince is going to let him do that again because that's a risky move
what
to
I was
begin with,
saying.
you know.
I was like, this is
And
going
you
back
know,
to
in
98,
backstage,
2002. I was like, they're gonna
yeah,
be as
like Drew's
brutal as then.
apologized to Vince, and it's like, and he's a really safe guy to work with, so he felt really bad. And it's like, and that's a risky move. And I was like, damn, he's going to do it again. Oh my God. Madcap is an animal.
I mean, I could tell that that was a full-on accident, and I do think that that was Madcap Moss's fault when it happened. He tucked his head, shouldn't have tucked his head, or I think that it was, how it landed, and he just expected something different. So I don't think that that was McIntyre's fault.
No.
And I think that it was, Drew McIntyre isn't really trying to, murder somebody in the ring. So
no, nobody
it was
is
scary for everybody.
No, and even with MMA and stuff and boxing, and nobody really wants to kill somebody. I mean, there might be a handful of people that want to actually do that, but that's pretty psychotic, man. That's not normal. It's a sport.
I got a nice comment. This is a good one, but I don't agree with it. But I think that it's noteworthy. I don't get why Vince keeps getting
some time.
I don't want to see any of those matches. I don't want to see Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre. I don't want to see Mason
he
Drew
would just
McIntyre.
Get absolutely annihilated.
I want to see
Drew
more
McIntyre's
of.
Way too big.
Yeah, I want to see more of Madcap Moss. If I'm being honest, I would rather see more Madcap Moss matches than Drew McIntyre with any of those guys. If we're talking about Drew McIntyre, feed him some bigger guys. Maybe let him go into Raw. I could see him having more fun at Raw because of just the bigger people. I mean, now that Big E is there, I think Big E and Drew McIntyre might be a nice draw. I think that would be a fun match to watch.
Fight. He was over in Raw before they did the draft towards the beginning of the last year, and we got to see Big E and Drew McIntyre fight.
Yeah,
I'm almost certain, but then he got switched over with the draft that they did, and he moved over to SmackDown.
Well, then I wouldn't mind seeing it because I probably didn't see that one then. So I would be down to watch it, or maybe I'll go back and watch it. But I'm sure that these guys are both in different points in their career, so it would be still fun to watch, So I think that, when it comes to Drew McIntyre, I think that right now the Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin beef is probably the best one to keep watching because instead of it being 1-on-1, it's 2-on-1. Now I'm annoyed more so because Happy Corbin has been ducking the rep in a way when it comes to Drew McIntyre. And so we keep having to see Madcap Moss, unfortunately for Madcap Moss. But when it comes to a 1-on-1, Drew McIntyre ain't losing against these guys. But it's just fun to see an ass whooping, a deserved ass whooping.
Yes.
So eventually,
well, and like I said, he manhandles another really big guy. So it's a ton of fun. I enjoy Drew McIntyre.
Dude, Scarlett is awesome with these ones, man. Another feud between Reigns and McIntyre, or he goes to Raw and fights Omos. I want to see that. Him and Omos.
Omos isn't quite ready.
Match.
He's getting better. Let's give him some time.
If he stays on that path, give him a few months. I would love to see Drew McIntyre fight Omos. That is a dream matchup. Wow. I didn't even think about that. That's great. That would be super great. I love that fight.
That would be a good one for sure. Even Omos, him and Orton would be a good one. Oh,
yeah, him and Orton would be fantastic.
That'd be.
But I think that the Omos one is just two brutal people because Drew McIntyre isn't as brutal as Omos. Omos is just straight up. Just like meathead brutal. He's just gonna beat the crap out of you. McIntyre is more skilled and knows, super weird strong, but he knows when to bring it out. So I think that would be good. Oh, you know who else? Damian Priest.
And Drew McIntyre.
I see that one being a good one. I think
Drew's gonna take. I think Drew would take that one for sure. I think he's just a much better wrestler, and he has great striking skills as well. It would still be fun. Oh yeah,
I think this is my way of saying, Drew McIntyre, make your way into Raw if you can, because I think that there is way more talent. But maybe that'll be later, because I think that he does need to finish this whole thing with Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. And don't get me wrong, even though Madcap Moss was doomed to fail from the jump, he put up a really good fight.
Yeah, he did, and he took every single one of those tosses like a champ. And, there was a great spear into the corner. Say what?
Yeah. I said he took him to Suplex City for real. If we're
Yeah,
talking
he
about
did,
it,
man. He
and
really
I
did.
mean, Madcap Moss just took it on the chin, was able to keep going. He did a great showing, but I mean, if we're being honest, if it wasn't for Happy Corbin just doing his interferences,
Distracting.
the match would have been over a long time ago.
Oh yeah, there's a couple
So
times where you set up for a Claymore and it got messed up. But I mean,
yeah.
what a way to finish it. That pop-up
Oh
Claymore at
yeah.
the end. Good God,
Hilarious.
man.
I mean, Madcap Moss just really just ran into it. I mean, he's just bouncing off the ropes trying to get some momentum just to run into a Claymore kick. I
Yeah.
mean,
And it just
good
out of
God.
nowhere, well timed and so fast from Drew McIntyre. And yeah, he barely he just laid on him. I think he got a leg up for the 3 count. And it's just 1, 2, and he's laying on him. Madcap was out cold.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I see a lot of nice comments, but now that we're at the end, we're gonna touch on it. Give us like 10 minutes to hit these, and I got you, man. Nadula and Scarlett have really good ones that I want to hit. So let's just talk about this last one, this contract signing between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So this is the draw for WrestleMania, of course. Now, Paul Heyman was saying a lot of craziness, and I don't agree with him. He's saying that this match is going to be better than Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Dude, he was talking it up. He was running his mouth.
That one out of all the other ones that he mentioned, like he said Steve Austin and The Rock, it might be up there with that one. But Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant,
that was like the biggest upset in wrestling history.
That's probably the most like that's what got wrestling where it is today. If we're talking about that, I think everybody that really has watched wrestling knows that match. Like that's the one. If you want to like talk about wrestling, you talk about that match.
Yeah.
So
man.
that is a huge.
Dude, he cried at the end
overstep.
of it. That was such a huge deal. I get goosebumps thinking
everybody,
about it, man.
Yeah, man. I was about to say, I mean, the feelings I get from it are still like, holy shit, man. Like, and I wasn't even born when that happened, but my dad was like, dude, you're into wrestling.
Oh, we had
we
had tapes. Like the tapes stacked up. So it's like watch it over and over.
I don't think I said this on the show, but I'm from PG County, like right outside of DC. And my dad would get raffle tickets all the time to go watch Monday Night Raw in DC when it was over there. And so I would go all the time. And then the first time before I went, my dad was like, you want to go? And I was like, yeah. But I didn't show that much interest. And he was like, well, you don't sound like you want to go. I'm going. So if you're going to watch, you need to watch a few like really good ones. So that's when I started watching, Kane and Undertaker.
Right.
And the first big match that really got my attention was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. And so like at first, I kind of watched a few matches and I was like, Andre the Giant is really that big? No, he's not. And then when I saw him go against Hulk Hogan, it was probably like my favorite match when I was a kid. Dude, I was crying. I was like screaming at my dad. I mean, I was like 5. Like, dude, I was super into it. And he's just laughing. He was like, yeah.
You knew what was coming. You already seen it.
Exactly. Dude, when he slammed Andre the Giant, man, I lost my mind. Jumping off the couch, running through the house, my mom cussing me out, my dad just laughing his ass off. Man, yeah. So when you're talking about something like that and the nostalgia that you get, he didn't have no business talking about that. In my opinion, I think that's about a lot of people's opinion.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man.
But
so this was not the craziest contract signing I've ever seen, but it definitely didn't end very smooth.
Oh no, it didn't. And I mean, it was super intense. I mean, there was security all around the ring. And I mean, Roman Reigns, is just like, I don't know if you
he went on a rant.
The situation you're in. Oh yeah, he did. But I mean,
wow.
I mean, we don't like Roman Reigns like we used to, but I love that swagger now. He's in God mode. He's like, I don't know if you really realize
he's an arrogant mode. This is my show. These are my fans.
Yeah, this is my cameraman. These are my commentators. I run this. But is he wrong? Come on, like let's be honest.
No,
is he wrong?
He is. It's Vince McMahon's.
The amount of people that have literally been drawn into the show just because of Roman Reigns, like he's not wrong. The amount of talent that he's brought in with the bloodline, This is his show. When he loses, it's gonna be earth-shattering. It's
Heyman has a lot to do with
crazy.
that too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman has said that. He's really been at the forefront, or in the background rather, about getting Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar where they are. But I mean, at the end of the day, fans are only seeing Roman Reigns, and so Roman Reigns has the not the right, but he does kind of have the right to be that cocky. He's been doing it for so long, man. So I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. And I think that, the bigger takeaway is, how much Paul Heyman has been pushing and stressing the fact that Brock Lesnar is not going to go into WrestleMania with the title. Like, I think that's huge. I think that there's something about that in Madison Square Garden when that happens next week.
Yeah, what do you think Heyman has planned? Like, who's going to take him out?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a must.
I don't know if he's just talking out his ass or what.
Yeah. Take match for the title for me. Oh man, yeah, exactly. So like I said, every contract signing that we got so far, like the match has been not that good. I mean, other than I want to say the tag team between Ronda Rousey, Naomi, and Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair, that one was pretty good. But no, you're right. You're right. It's
yeah, when he's like, "Oh, these are my security guards," and Brock cleared house, man. He
cleared
handled those security guards.
I mean, look at how scrawny these security guards are. I mean, compared to Brock, like Brock said, these guys are skid marks, and he proved it. He beat the crap out of these guys, man. It was nothing. He was ragdolling everybody. And it went.
Look at this guy.
We knew it was.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's a guy off to the corner too. He looked like he weighed 120 pounds, man. What the hell was he doing in
this
there?
Guy? Yeah, I know exactly the guy you're talking. But all of them do. The bigger ones are closest to him, and then everybody else looked like they were 90 pounds. Like, come on, man. None of these guys were doing anything about it.
Yeah, the one guy that took the F5 was the only guy that looked like a wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that, you can clear 10, 11 people in like 2 minutes is impressive in itself.
Well, he picked up the table and cleared out about 4 of them.
Oh, yeah. He just was. I mean, you use your environment when you're getting jumped. I don't care what nobody says.
One guy ate a chair. Like, he picked up the chair and whipped it at him like it was a pillow, and just flattened him into the corner, and he ate the chair.
Yeah, exactly. He did a better job killing security than Goldberg in 2016.
Hitting the guy with a chair. He one-handed flung that thing across
the ring. That was a
ring.
yeet. If I ever seen a yeet before, that was a yeet. He just really threw that joint right at him. So I give y'all credit, man. But I mean, this just shows the intensity of their match coming up, man. I'm super excited for it. I don't know what to expect because it seems like these big ones have kind of been meh. Like, they haven't gone the way we want them to, other than, the Goldberg and Roman Reigns one. I think that was the most clean one that we've seen this year. So hopefully, we see Brock and Roman. I doubt that there will be really stupid shenanigans going into WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania is one of those ones you don't want to fuck up.
Yeah,
that's something.
But again, Heyman
is
he running his mouth? What's he have planned? I mean, even if the Usos try to jump him, I think he can clear out the pair. I would
rather that before WrestleMania. Don't do that at WrestleMania. You get what I'm saying?
A handicap match, Brock versus Usos?
They already signed the contract, but I think that before that.
No, in Madison Square Garden.
Ooh, no. I don't see that happening. Just because I don't think they're going to.
I'm trying to think what's going to take Brock out. Who's like, and plus it would be he's talking about losing his title.
If I'm being completely honest, Scarlett said it, and I think that's the match that's going to happen. But like you guys said, Omos needs to beat more wrestlers clean to like really make him a contender. But I don't see anybody in Raw facing Brock Lesnar at his size than Omos. So I think that he is going to fight Omos in Madison Square Garden. I see that fight.
That's not enough to take the title, man. Omos is not going to beat him.
It's not enough, and especially with the experience that Omos has, it's not there yet. But I do see that being the only other option because who else? Who else is gonna face him in Raw?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, because
it's not. I don't think
Usos
Seth
have crossed
Rollins.
over. I mean, they go wherever they want. They're bloodline, but that
that
wouldn't
is
be able
true.
to take the title away from Brock.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Seth Rollins would more than likely be with it, but I don't see him doing it. I don't see him fighting and winning against Brock Lesnar one-on-one. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Would I love it? Hell yeah, I would have loved that fight, but I don't see that being the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let me get into some more of these comments, man, because we're getting a bunch. Yeah. So Scarlett just said, you notice that when Lesnar gave a 5 to the last person, there was another person in the ring, and he took it. So you mean that was probably one of the smartest things that he could do. He became an equipment man. He just became a cleanup guy. So,
well, yeah, I mean, these guys know that. Everybody has ring awareness. Nobody wants to get tossed onto a microphone and take a kidney shot, piss blood for a week, you know?
It's not fun. It's definitely not a fun experience.
You know, I think F5 is bad enough. You know, getting F5 into a chair or a microphone, that's a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mistro says, love Roman even more since I found out he's part of the ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. That bloodline is crazy.
That's the bloodline.
Once I found that out, I definitely became a huge fan of that. And I mean, let's talk
same thing
about
in NXT.
Right.
You know? Oh yeah. See.
Yeah, I think everybody
that's
thought
one of the
that
greatest
Andre was
matches of
gonna
all
win.
time, and I you know, this is going to be a good one, but to compare the two and say it's going to be better, dude, shut up.
Not at all. Not
disrespectful
at all. Very disrespectful. I mean, it made WWE. You can't really compare that match, no matter how old it gets, because that's really what made so many fans of the sport and why a lot of people still stick around. I mean, you can show your kids that, and best believe I'm going to show my kids that when that does happen. When they get old enough to watch it, I'm going to show them that match because it was so good, man. I mean, these are like things that made, you know, the WWE so watchable, so memorable. That's like that match. So I mean, I can go on for days on that one alone, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's that one.
Was this
man.
Dream match?
Whoa. Me? Are you talking about me? I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll beat the shit out of Austin Theory. Don't get me wrong. I don't care. Nah, don't get me wrong, man. I love Austin Theory. But nah, I got it. I got you. Let it happen. Let it happen. Get me in there. I'll do it. I don't care.
Fantastic. You heard it here first, fight fans.
I'll do it.
So we're starting beef across all rings. We're trying to get a.
Oh yeah, man. We got Jamil going against Jake Paul. I'll fight Austin Theory. I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong. That'll just make me want to fight him more. I'll take that fight. Yeah, I'm good with that, man. I'm definitely good with that. But we got this one earlier from the duel. After Roman is done with Brock, Roman should defend his Universal title with one of the greatest superstars at WrestleMania Backlash. But you never said who.
Yeah.
Who would it be?
Who?
Who's next? Honestly, I don't know. I don't see that.
Custody?
Oh, okay. I get you. Me versus Vince. Oh, I would mercilessly beat down Vince to have Austin Theory as my protege. Fuck that. You don't have to worry about that.
He's a senior citizen.
Exactly.
That's a felony.
After everything Vince McMahon has done to the sport, do you think that I would show that man any mercy in the ring? Come on, I would run that man over several times just because of what he's done in WWE and how shit it's gone because of him alone.
You know, I would not. Picture in the gym. I'm not sure if it was photoshopped or what, but he was pretty ripped up, man. I don't know if he was on that that HGH.
He could be on all the juice that he wants to. This isn't Dragon Ball Z. He's not gonna beat me. He might get some other people to beat me, but no. Yeah, I'll take Austin Theory off his hands. I got you, bro. I got you. Don't even worry about that. But man, I think we hit all the comments so far. Oh wait, it's going on, Pat. Yeah, he is. They talked about that. They talked about that last night.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, I don't care. That's not elder abuse. He deserves it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a felony.
Fuck that. No, and it's not the same. It's not the same, but I'm going to say, if Hitler was 80 years old and you caught him across the street, you just going to let him walk? No, you're going to beat the shit out of him whenever you see him. No. McMahon deserves an ass whooping from somebody younger. I don't care. You're not going to make me feel bad for saying I'll beat the shit out of Vince McMahon. I'll say it several times just in case you want to run it back.
You guys got Dijon worked up,
yeah.
man. You want some
No, you're not going to make me the bad guy. Me? Vince McMahon is standing next to me. You're going to make me sound like the bad guy? No, absolutely not. Run back everything that he's ever done and then get back to me. I don't care. Ooh, they're putting
funny.
A lot of people for you. Vince versus Pat McMahon. That would be fun. That would be cool. Vince might beat him. But they said a dream to see Kenny Omega versus Billy.
Oh my God. Hey, I'd let him beat my ass. What an honor. I'd take it.
That would be fun. That would be dope. And then you got Minoru Suzuki.
Nah, that'd probably be another
fight somebody. You give him an ass whooping?
Say what?
What did you say? For
I said that'd probably be another one. I'd black out. I'm not gonna tap out. I'd probably. I'm not gonna tap.
No.
I'll black.
Nah, fuck that. I will never go to sleep again. I've done it enough. I'll tap. I don't care. Fuck you guys. I don't have any pride when it comes to that. Why do you want to see somebody go to sleep? You guys are bad people. Everybody that would rather see somebody black out than
so
tap
uneven.
out. All of you are so wrong because you know how many brains you die. You can die from that. You guys are bad people. Just tap. Just tap. You already lost. There's no getting out of it. But man, yeah. So let's end it, man, because this is another one that's going off crazy. So unless somebody got some other nonsense that they want to spout,
bunch of clowns.
I'm good, man. Yeah, you guys are awesome. So, but they're saying minus Suzuki versus Billy. Let's make it happen. Don't black out. Don't even tap though. That even works.
Hey, I won't back out from anything. I mean, I'll spar. I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying. I'm good with anything, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Hey, we were talking about it at the beginning of the episode, man. You got to know how to lose. You can't win them all.
Yeah.
I'm
man, look.
I'm a firm believer, man. You're not a real man.
That I'll back out of. And that's real stuff. If a Miles comes at me, you got it, bro. If Brock comes at me, you got it. Roman, I'll probably fight him. If I'm being completely honest, I'll lose. And I know I'll lose, but I'm not backing out. The Rock, I'm not fighting. It goes like that. There's some people that I just won't fight off of just I just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But there's others
you kick the knee and run.
If I'm talking trash, you know what I mean? If there's ever a point where I'm talking shit on somebody on this show, I can take the ass whooping that I'm gonna get from it. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys that's gonna be like, it's just entertainment. If you feel that bad and want to fight me, then fine. What? Oh yeah, Billy versus John Cena. Oh my God, they don't like you.
I know, right? What do you think I'm a big bad wrestler?
What did you do? Yeah,
I'm 180 pounds.
I don't know what you did to piss these people off. I thought they were cool with you at first, but
I know, for real.
They're putting you through Iron Man matches with John Cena and I Quit matches. Wow, that's hell.
Hey, I'm a firm believer, man. You're not a real man until you get your ass whooped. I've had my ass whooped plenty.
Exactly. Hey, man, if that match happens, I'll be in your corner. I'll throw some interferences. Don't worry. I got your back, bro. I got your back.
When you got a mouth as big as mine,
it comes with the territory. Exactly. But let's end it, bro. Yeah. This has been a fantastic.
Yeah, we'll do some quick. So we can do the fight ratings real quick. So here at Take It to the Ring, we like to give each fight card a fight card rating. So we have 5 for Fight Forever. We have 4. This is awesome. Then you got 3. You still got it. And then 2 is the what. And then 1, worst of all, boring. Don't even bother watching. We're way more entertaining. Now, personally, I would give this a 3, but a pretty low 3. Nothing too fancy. It was a good episode. Contract signing was pretty cool. Seeing Brock Lesnar fight like 10 guys. And like they said, yeet that chair across the ring one-handed, just like sidearmed it.
Ooh.
But overall,
Okay.
good episode.
Scarlett, I got you after I give my rating. Because I got to think about that one. But, yeah, I would say it's a 3. I would give it a solid 3. I feel like giving it a 2 is disrespectful. But honestly, I think that this match was great. This event was great. It was fantastic. It was fun. Even though there wasn't a lot going on, it still satisfied the itch that we get all the time when it comes to watching these events. So, I'm not mad at it. I had a great time with it. But man, all right, Scarlett, to get to your comment, would I fight Randy Orton? Fuck it, why not? Why not fight Randy Orton? Even if it means breaking my neck. I think that we lost Billy. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for Billy to fix himself. Unless you're good. Let me know, Billy. But yeah, why not? I would fight Billy. I would fight Randy Orton. I would lose. Don't get me wrong, as long as you don't break my neck fully, but I think that I would do it. Just for the simple fact that I love Randy Orton, and that would just be fun. I would love to get RKO'd by him one time. Maybe try to hit him with it once. I think it would be dope. But hold on, why didn't you take TJ with you last week on NXT? So look, man, I got 2 new babies. I got a 1-year-old and she's about to be 2 months old. So I got a 1-year-old and a 2-month-old. So man, my hands are full, and I'm not trying to leave my wife to have to deal with babies all day long or all night long without me being here. So I'm gonna let them get a little older until I get some babysitters. I'm gonna chill. I'll just watch it so that I can get more detailed reports. Because if I'm at the fight, best believe I'm not writing nothing. I'm not taking no screenshots. So that's why. That's why for me, man. I'm not. I'm not at the shows right now. But give me some time. I'll be there. Billy, you good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, man, my phone went out, so sorry, man.
It's all good. But thank you, man. Yeah. No, I know I didn't really broadcast that. I got 2 kids now. But yeah. I'm a whole dad. I'm a whole father.
Yeah, I tried to get him over to the AEW match on Tuesday. They had some free tickets, so there's a few of us going.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be at some next weekend, but yeah. Oh man, Scarlett, you don't got no faith in me, bro. You don't have nothing. You think I'm gonna get RKO that easily? No, I'm gonna put up a fight. At least I'm gonna try to. It's not gonna be a 10-second fight. It may be a minute. It may be a good minute, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put up a fight. I'm not gonna go out like that. But hold on. He says, apparently we get a 4. He said we get a 4, SmackDown gets a 2. I think that we were more entertaining than last night. I'll say that. I think that this one was way more fun. But I'll give it to y'all too, man. Everybody watching that's been commenting. I think that this whole stuff, about these dream matchups between me and Billy and who we will fight, I think that that's dope. That's always fun. But we're not people that are going to back down. I'll talk shit and I'll back it out. Billy is like Undertaker. What?
Dun, dun, dun. I've been trying to learn how to roll my eyes back. I haven't done it yet. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be dope. You gotta do it. And they got one more for you before we end it. Jesus, they want you dead.
Versus Big Show. Oh my god, man. Jesus,
oh my god.
Guys.
Why?
Not enough to lose. Like I need to get flattened and pancaked.
Right. Can we make these matches fun at least? Jesus,
right? Talk about a smash match.
Yeah, why do you want my boy to be in these matches like that?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a compliment because obviously, fight fans, you must think I'm a good fighter or wrestler. At least it's not insulting.
Something.
Like, put him up against
something. Because oh my god, there's got to be something to it that I'm missing. But yeah, good luck to you, Billy. I'll pray for you because if that's the match, I won't be there. I'll watch it from the safety of my home. I'm not fighting that fight.
Yeah, my first AEW match, I watched the Big Show in a handicap match with 3 guys.
Yeah, you see, yeah, you'll be doing that uncontrollably. That one. I think they'll just be in his head forever. I don't think he'd survive that one. So yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, but, fantastic!
And this was an awesome episode. I definitely loved it. This one, yeah, I think that our takeover of the episode was definitely like probably better than the episode itself. Thank you, Scarlett.
Oh,
I
nice.
appreciate you.
What a compliment.
This one was a fun one. But with that being said, man, I'll end it here. You definitely got to keep checking us out. Like, follow, subscribe to Take It to the Ring. You see the links below, or the handles. Follow us on Instagram at TTR Wrestling. Follow me and my boys at the All Real Crew. We're gonna have an episode tonight, of course, where we just recap everything that's going on, and of course, there's other stuff going on tonight. We're gonna hit that as well. It's just gonna be a fun time, man. If you want some more like real raw stuff, we're still trying to get Billy or anybody on. So the moment that they do,
I'm trying, man. Just man, Murphy's Law, full effect, just trying to get in there. Like, I got to leave here and then go take care of some other business stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this was an awesome episode. Fight fans, we love you. Make sure you check out our sweet merch. We have some awesome stuff down there. Coffee mugs. There's even some baby onesies that are too cool, man. Like, you got to check that out.
Yeah, I'm about to get some for my.
You bring a little one on.
I'm on that. Yeah, I'm definitely on that. I actually been struggling because I've been like, should I let him on? But he's not quiet enough. He'll just take over. He be slamming the computer and stuff. Let him get a little older, and I got you.
We'll do a little cameo,
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that next one. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. Know. But
all right, fight fans. Until next time,
man.
Yeah, it's Billy here.
T-John.
Don't stop believing.
Keep it real, guys.